Yeah, I saw that one and I read it a couple ways. Um, the connections themselves don't actually affect like scores in the grade book per se, but connections are everything. Connections with students are the best part of teaching, and for me, the most important part of teaching, mainly because it gets kids to buy in, and student buy-in is, I think, directly connected to good assessments. Because you get better work from the students. Connections have huge advantages. The students will be more inclined to try. They'll be more inclined to want to know their stake in the learning process versus a teacher that doesn't have great connections with the students. That said, there will be bias. Be aware of it. So, like for instance, the sort of bias I'm talking about is depending what you teach. Like, I'm an English and history teacher, and so you have like the range that you have in those of students that you have in those classes is very noticeable. Like you would know a 90s kid from a 60s kid, if that's the grading scale. I taught secondary, so that's why I'm not using the 1 to 4. But it's very tempting for some teachers to just grade to the standard of the previous work the student's done. Mm-hmm. And that is something you can't fall into that trap when it comes to assessment, because whatever they previously did, it might not be the same element or outcome as whatever it is you're doing. So just being aware of that and always grading to whatever the standard is that you've created with the rubric, right? Whatever the outcome is asking, that's the standard that they have to be assessed to. But in terms of formative assessments, understanding what that student can do along the way, connections are a huge time saver, because if you have a good connection with the student and you're constantly assessing them formatively, it's very easy to know what that student has done. So you might have seen it. You might have seen a component of an outcome met formatively before, where even if they don't meet it on a particular assignment, within that outcome, you know that it's been done. You've seen it met formatively, so that they can complete that outcome summatively, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So to answer your question, how does it affect them? It affects it hugely, I believe. But there's that sort of line you have to walk between making sure it's not subjectively impacting your objective assessments with